Ooh, everybody's getting the Me Too. They working on the Tyler Perry now, okay? And you know, Puff Daddy, he going through his issues too. But right along with Puffy, child, they trying to drag that Mary J. Blige down to the gutter. Child, y'all is naming the Mary J. Blige in this. It's about to get real disgusting out here. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. If y'all bought this book yet, y'all paying this man for his game, because you know it is to be sold and not told. But go on over there to the Amazon. There's a link in the description bar and check it out. I mean, did he pull and didn't even? Did you pull? Oh, God, motherfucker. Mary J. Blige had been suckered into a similarly dirty contract when Puff brought her to Uptown Records. She was working her tail off and producing hits for Uptown, yet she had little or no money to show for it. Discouraged by events in her personal and professional life, Blige had started showing up inebriated at concerts because she felt like she was trapped. When Suge Knight got out of jail and started death row, he heard about Blige's situation, and the two of them talked about remedies. Suge learned that other major acts brought to Uptown by Puff were also being ripped off, including the singing group called Jodeci. Suge offered to get them out of their contracts if they agreed to let him manage their career. Although Suge and Puff were friendly at the time, the Blige incident ended their friendship. So now we know why these niggas is mad at each other over that Mary J. Blige. But let me find out the whole situation happened over a woman. And when you do the research and the history on things, most times, 99.9% of the times, whenever men is fighting each other, it's over a woman, whether you hunching it or not. Suge told Puff in no uncertain terms that he was ripping off Blige and that he wanted Puff to make things right. He understood that Suge was not asking him to do the right thing. He was demanding it. After a meeting with Puff and Uptown's executives and lawyers, Blige and Jodeci were released from their contracts without any compensation to Uptown. I never thought that Mary J. Blige and Jodeci were affiliated with Puffy. I always thought that they worked with Puffy through Uptown, but Puff ain't have no kinds of authority over them, or power over them. I thought they just collabed. But now that I'm reading this, I'm like, damn, Puffy had full control over the 90s. That nigga owned the 90s. The same as Barry Bug Bites owned the 60s and some of the 70s. Once we realized how badly Blige, Jodeci, Biggie, and the Lox had been stiffed, we began worrying about our own publishing and careers. At the time, there were about 8 artists besides me under contract: Carl Thomas, Faith Evans, Father MC, Total, Dream, Craig Mack, Black Rob, and 112. He was afraid to mess with Faith, of course, because Biggie's fans would have killed him. But every other artist discovered that their careers would go nowhere as long as they were dancing with the devil, called Puff. I commend Mark Curry for speaking his truth. The problem is happenstances like this are not just limited to the record industry. That shit happens all the time in every industry. It's just that only the record industry locks you in. But we all have signed deals with the devils, meaning our employers that have us, that gooped us into believing the job was going to be one thing. And then when we get there, we find out it's another. Child. You thinking that little bit of change they giving you is going to be enough to pay your bills until you realize it ain't. Let's take it back to the Mary J. Blige now. Okay, right now, everybody getting a ninja. Listen, it started with Bill Cosby. Everybody was like, oh, they trying to take a black man down. Well, then they got Harvey Weinstein's ass. Okay? Then they got Kevin Spacey's ass. Ooh, everybody's getting the Me Too. Okay? They working on a Tyler Perry now. Okay? And, Puff Daddy, he going through his issues too. But right along with Puffy, child, they trying to drag that Mary J. Blige down to the gutter.
Who doesn't look up to Mary J. Blige as one of the queens? Of the time she's a queen of R&B at that time, at least in the hood. And we up there chilling and drinking. And I think after I left for a little while, we was talking. I think I left out, and Suge called me back up to the room. So I went in. He closed the door and shit, and I sit down and I start talking to Mary. And inside, I'm about to lose it because I'm actually sitting here talking to Mary. She's sitting on the couch and shit, and we ordered some food and some more drinks. And somebody knocked on the door. She ran and kind of damn near jumped behind the couch hiding. I'm looking like, what your problem is? And she, make sure that's not cakes. When it came to KC at that time. And she's sitting on the couch and shit. I'm like, you ain't got to worry about him. You straight. I'm 15, 16 years old. And she laying on the couch. And I'm sitting on the other end, and she laid down on the couch and put her head in my lap. I'm like, damn.
Child, y'all is naming the Mary J. Blige in this bullshit. It's about to get real disgusting out here. Thomas was a gifted soul singer who joined Bad Boy's stable in 1997 after Puff saw him perform at a nightclub in New York City. What Mark Curry said was that what he did to Carl Thomas was to sign him and turn him into a background singer. I don't understand that. It's money on the floor. Shout out to King Payne. It's money on the floor. Pick it up. After nearly a year, Puff was still telling Thomas that he had to figure out a persona for him before releasing his album. It was only after constant complaining and writing a huge hit single that Thomas was able to get Puffy to release it. To me, y'all, Carl Thomas and Donnell Jones, I don't know if he was with Bad Boy. I don't know. I don't care. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But to me, Carl Thomas and Donnell Jones had the full capacity to be the next Donny Hathaway. Easily. Black Rob was another artist who was getting burned. Puff signed Rob in 1996 and promised to release his album the following year. But like me, Thomas and the Lox, Black Rob spent the first year trying to write hits for Puff. Remember we was talking about it's all about the Benjamins, baby. What the blood clot? Wanna bumble with the bee, huh? I can't believe that he stole that from the Lox. He heard it. He was like, oh no. Oh, that ninja is a demon. I told y'all, never trust a snake with thick thighs. They don't have your best interest in mind. I'm telling you, bruh. I'm telling you. About to get real disgusting out here. The messed up thing about it is Puffy does not have the persona of a rapper. He's just not like that. Like, to me, I would compare, and it's funny, they both Scorpios, but I would compare Puffy to Drake. Drake just has the voice. His persona is not it. Okay, like all I see is the grassy high. That's all I see when I see Drake. And you know he loved to get strippers and porn stars pregnant and then kick them down some steps. That's what Drake do. Okay, but Shasta La Vista. It's like, I guess if you got the right ghostwriter, then, you know, you can turn it to a star. Like Drake. And Puffy. When I asked him what was holding up his album, Black Rob still had faith in Puff, even though Puff knew he was in bad financial straits. He believed Puff when he said that his album was delayed by the death of Biggie. He believed Puff when he said that the birth of Christian Combs had interfered with the time block that he had initially set aside to work on the album. The fuck does having a baby? It ain't like he dead breastfeeding. The hell? Puff's career had taken off and he couldn't catch Puff in the office or get him to answer the phones. When Black Rob started asking Puff to let him out of his contract, Puff finally started giving him studio time. The catch was that he was cooking the books to do so, engaging in a questionable practice called piggybacking, y'all. When I tell you, oh my God, this ninja was doing this. Okay, so he would be in the studio working with Mary J. Blige. So Mary J. Blige in there singing, right? And then Puff would be like, okay, that's enough. Come back and see me tomorrow. But he would keep the engineer, the key grip, or whatever it is, the people that produce and stuff like that in the studio. Call Mark Curry and Black Rob and say, come down here. Okay, why they still on Mary J. Blige's time, girl? This ninja is a fool. He is a fool. Like, I'm seriously surprised why anybody would want to be P. Diddy's bodyguard. That's too dangerous. That's like guarding the president. And niggas ain't as mad at the president as they are at P. Diddy right now. Did you not hear the video from yesterday when Jadakiss was drunk as shit on the Angie Martinez show talking about he about to throw P. Diddy's body off of the top of a building? When Mary J. Blige got the bill, she'd be like, what the fuck? How the hell do we have 102 hours of studio time when you know damn well me and you only been in the studio together like 23? How the hell did this happen? And Mary J would be like, what the hell? What the fuck is happening here? Why does bill say $200,000 for 100-something hours worth of studio time and we was in the damn studio for 27 hours? Puffy, what is happening here? Puffy would say, woo, 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 Mary, we'll look at the books. Just give me a minute, we'll look at the books. Child, he was looking at the books until forever because Mary J ended up paying for that studio time. Okay, for Black Rob. Mace was in a similar predicament. Fortunately, Mace got so much media attention from his rhymes on the remix of Only You by Atlanta's 112 that everybody suddenly wanted him on their songs.